I feel as though sometimes the matchmaker is too literal. It's like, oh, I'm playing a Mardu deck. Oh, Mardu deck then. Come on, man. You need to. Whoever programmed the algorithm here needs to seriously change a few things. Like, for a start, there's too many Traxxas decks in main queue. When I say main queue, I mean, you know, the queue that regular mortal people join. So it's the Atraxa suffers from the Rusko problem. So Rusko for a long time was in the regular queue, and he's only just been promoted to Hell queue. And I think Atraxa will do the same, because there's no difference between Atraxa and Niv Mizzet. They're identical cards. 5 mana to 7 mana, there's no difference, trust me. Doesn't feel any different. But at least Snapdax is different. It's just, you know, ooh, Mardu. Ooh, Mardu. Man, I really hate fetch lands. They just slow the game down so much. Especially when the people who use them don't know what land to get. Like, in my head, I wouldn't play a card unless I knew what the intent was, but my goodness. Okay, so what do we go for first? Maybe Welcoming Vampire. It probably dies. But if we get any creatures down, we'll get to draw a card. Another... Goodness me. Do you know what the thing about these cards is? They're not even that good. Like, you gain a life, but unless your deck is like Gitrog Monster or something that cares about lands, basically any green X deck, probably not amazing. Also, the fact that they went for black, black, white, that must mean they have something that's very black to cast. They haven't deployed any threats, so they could just have a board wipe. This Morbid Opportunist is actually really good as well. Like, the fact that he just wants to see something die to draw a card, even if it's just once per turn, it's kind of awesome. And it's an uncommon. In Commander, this is great. In fact, probably need to get one full Commander. If anyone's seen Mandalorian or Book of Boba Fett, this character here looks a bit like Fennec Shand, even down to the fact that they're covering half their face. I actually can't tell if it's what gender that person is, but it looks a lot like Fennec Shand, kind of interestingly. Solemn. So we do actually want to kill this because the whole deck wants to mutate onto non-humans. So as long as we kill all the non-humans, we get to go by without getting the 4 damage to one of our creatures' faces. And we get to draw a card anyway. This is crazy. I need to get one of these. My god. I've just realised this goes so well on my Taser Karlov deck as well. Suspicious though, because if they have a board wipe, we're screwed. But oh well, we'll get to draw a couple of cards along the way. Prosper. So they went for a Solemn, which is board wipe fodder as well. So it kind of adds to the total picture here. Are we going to see our entire army destroyed? Shieldred, okay. We have the Chupacabra for that. And a Croxer as well. Oh, this is fantastic. So if we discard the Inspiring Commander, that means we can get that back later with the Alesha. We also get to draw... Crazy. Honestly, this is crazy. If we had a white source, we could have used the ECD, but we don't, so we'll go for the Chupa. As if we draw 2 cards from this. That was actually ridiculous, that game. Hello, welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going back to one of the older cards that came out on Arena, and that's Alesha, who smiles at death, who's a really powerful, just reanimation spell, essentially. So she's got first strike, and whenever she attacks, you can pay white, black if you do return a creature card with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped and attacking. So she can cheat in huge cost creatures as long as her power is really small. So probably one of the best things to cheat in is something like Inspiring Commander, which is a 6 mana, 1/4, but whenever another creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield on your control, you gain 1 life and draw a card. So this synergizes super well with Alesha, who cares about power 2 or less. So it's essentially power 2 or less tribal. The deck wants to have a few ways to get stuff into the graveyard. But I didn't want too many spells that did that because I wanted a creature-heavy deck. So I was trying to think outside the box how to get stuff into the graveyard. So you've got stuff like Gitu and Ember Coiler, which you can discard a card at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase. And if you do seek a card with greater mana value, exile it, you can play that in a turn. So this is a nice little way to get rid of stuff and gain stuff back as well. You've got Village Rites, which you can sacrifice a creature and then draw 2 cards. So it's just a few things like that. Henrika Dom Nathi's nice. It can make each place like a creature and you can draw. And then there's flips. So there was more stuff like Faithless Looting and, you know, Thrill of Possibility, stuff that spell-based. But I was finding that they weren't synergizing very well late game because you want to have loads of creatures essentially that do that. And then once you've got loads of stuff in the graveyard, you can reanimate all of them with Agadeem's Awakening, which is... honestly, this is one of the best MDFC cards I've seen come out of Zendikar Rising. It's just really good. It can essentially bring back as many creatures as you have different mana values from your graveyard to play. And it's just super effective. The interesting thing about this deck is there's actually a lot of different directions you can go in. You can have it be more aggressive. I think mine's a bit more mid-range, but we do have a lot of good value just because pretty much all of our creatures have power 2 or less, you know, and they all seem to have intrinsic synergistic abilities that work well with each other. To bolster out the card advantage, go for stuff like Welcoming Vampire, Decage's Welcome. It's really powerful just to keep drawing you into more cards. But yeah, it's a bit of a tricky deck to talk about because there's so many pieces going on here. But yeah, if you want to look at the deck list, it will be in the description below. Take a look at that and tell me how you get on with it. So yeah, let's get into the games. Okay, Haktos. Fields. Our field's going to be pretty good if we can get these things out, especially the Henrika, because this will enable us to make them sack a creature if Haktos is out. If it's built more like Voltron, they shouldn't have too many creatures, but we'll see. A very expensive hand, although turn 3 we can go for the Varagorth. Probably go for the Varagorth. Because at least this can search up answers as well. We basically have a toolbox deck. So we've got lots of different creatures to do lots of different things. Feels pretty good. It's just the meta is so difficult to beat, sadly. There's so many powerful cards out there. Prosper. And also because board wipes exist, it makes it so difficult to play creature strategies. Which is quite sad. Because even if they use one board wipe here, we lose 2 things. Okay, so they don't, which means we do actually have a chance. Protection from everything other than 4. Okay, so that means our Chupacabra can kill them. That was very lucky, I have to say. Please don't quit. Let's have a good game. Oh, no. As if they quit after the Haktos died 1 time. Really? Yeah, your opponent goes first with Fibblethip, mono blue something or other. Smulligan, this is not going to be very good. This hand is also not very good either. Signing Blood. If we can get a black source, we might be okay. So they're probably going to be counter strategy, aren't they? Let's face it. Okay, so we get an extra black source there. Let's draw 2 cards, because the cards that we have just aren't going to cut it here. Yeah, we get rid of Key to the City. It's just a bit too slow. It's good against other creature-based decks, but I have a feeling that this is going to be the control strategy here. Oh my goodness, of course it is. So we go for this, it's going to get countered. Doesn't get countered. So what is the theme here? Interesting. So it'd be nice to get a small creature just to play it out and then we can draw. Oh, there we go. Will it resolve? Scary that they killed this, well, discarded that card. Means that their hand has got better cards than this, or maybe cheaper. Okay, that's actually surprisingly good that that resolved. Okay, we go for the temple. I don't think there's any need to go for the arena here because it's just going to get countered. So, I guess they're looking for lands. So they found one. And... so it can't block. If we attack... let's see if we can kill the Fibblethip. I mean, you know, it's the only thing they've got. So... okay, so they don't gain life because the replacement effect just puts it back there. Okay, let's try and swing in here. And then we can probably just play a card we don't really care about. So in this game, I don't really care about the Ether Flux here. And they're going to mill us for 3. Thank you very much. Alesha really enjoys your patronage. So we got rid of 2 removal spells. Okay, so they got 1 infect. Let's see how much infect damage we can deal. We can use the village rights, but I just really don't really want to be honest. Oh, Tashar. That's freaking awesome. Alright, let's swing in first. So, we might be able to synergize here. Cast a historic spell, return a creature card. We don't have any. So we might want to think about sacking the Skrelv with the village rights. We'll try Mishra first. Probably gets countered. Man, if you're watching this, by the way, this is the epitome of toxicity. I mean, I know I'm inflicting toxic to them, but okay. So the whole idea of this person is they're playing a trolley non-win condition commander and just counters and mind control spells. Okay. Wonderful. Makes me not want to use the village rights though. Because I'm just gonna kill him with effect. Alright, let's give him a bait spell. So they counter Alesha. Oh, that's interesting. So the bait... okay, we'll pass turn then. I'm going to draw more cards. So all their deck does is draw cards and counter spells. Okay. Well, they don't have mass manipulation anymore, so... what they're going to do here? Gilded Lotus. Yeah, we'll use Village Rights here. Before they have a chance to respond with 4 mana. Ooh, Esper Sentinel, that's a good hit. They could go for Fibblethip. And returning it to our hand. Okay, so they're completely tapped out. That's quite amusing. Oh no, they've got a food. Okay. So what's in the graveyard? Skrelv. So we can go and do a bit of reanimation here. That'll be good. Probably should have tapped differently there, but oh well. Okay, that's fine. We got incredibly lucky there. Because now we also have the Esper Sentinel. Which is actually a historic spell, but we've got nothing in the graveyard, so... so let's say they River's Rebuke here. It's not good. Oh, one with the multiverse. So they're going to get to draw. Not draw, sorry. They're going to play a card for free each turn. So they actually have an Omniscience. Time Warp. Okay. So... Narset. So they play that for free. Yeah, not gonna lie, that was a very powerful turn for them. That into an extra turn spell. And they can play stuff off the top of the deck as well. And River's Rebuke. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's so rough. That is so rough. Okay, we'll start with the Takoja's Welcome then. Sentinel, that's a good one if it gets... although we're not going to get to draw any cards, are we? Yeah, that is a bit sucky, to be honest. Don't know why they'd respond to this for. They've got the Narset out. If they bounce that, would be quite amusing, because it doesn't actually help. Why are they countering that ability? We can't draw any extra cards. This person is not an experienced player. That's 100% sure. That we can't draw any more. Oh my god. Whatever. Whatever. Inexperienced people playing toxic decks. Nice. So, try to Shah here. I guess we'll just pass a turn. Leave up the Patriarch's Humiliation. I don't really want to use this on Brawl, to be honest. Omniscience, anyway. They basically already had Omniscience, so it doesn't really bother me too much. Or they had the mana to cast the spells either way, so... Do you know what the weird thing about this player is? Not only did they not tick down the Narset, because they were so scared of us drawing extra cards, but they also stifled the ability that made us draw an extra card on our turn, despite the fact we couldn't anyway, because she says we can't. So why bank her loyalty? Just strange. Do they have any creatures in the graveyard? No. So they're going to gain control of it. Let's try and kill the Brawl in response. And I mean, this is not because I want to kill. It's not going to kill it anyway, but I want to reduce their synergy, so they're going to be able to have instants and spells cost 1 less if he's out. But I don't want that to be the case. Torrential Gearhulk. Oh my god, this guy just saw this deck somewhere and went, "Oh my god, I want to copy it." And yeah, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do here, guys. I'm just going to concede. They've got Omniscience, one of the multiverse. Yeah, we'll call that a game. Holy hell, what an annoying person. We get to go first. Ooh, so if you can tell, I sound a bit fed up with this commander. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I wouldn't craft this card. This experiment, it just didn't pan out. I think in this day and age, Alesha's just too slow. She's just way too slow. And it breaks my heart to say it. Because the design of her is so cool, you know. Low to the ground, first strike, attack, get something back. I think part of my channel is I don't want to lie to anybody. You know, I want to be transparent. There's just too many hoops for Alesha. You have to firstly resolve the creature, attack into a somewhat safe board state, because you don't want her to die. You have to have a creature in your graveyard with power 2 or less. It comes in tapped and attacking, so it probably dies again. What more can I say? It's just so difficult, especially with everyone running fully optimized value decks. If you don't know what a value deck is, it's a deck where every card you play pretty much either gives you a card of some kind or reduces your opponents by 1 card. So I normally use simple maths to denote that logic. So value cards, anything that gives you +1 or gives your opponent -1. When Alesha comes down, she gives you 0. There is no advantage. And that's why in this meta, she's just probably not that good. Even something like Prosper is tricky these days to make work. And do you know something crazy? When Prosper first came out, he was so hard to deal with. It was such a powerful card. But it's not even that old, this card. And I feel like his power level's already been surpassed. This is pre-Rusco. Even something like Nalia Dalnis. It's really good. It's pretty much a win con. Right, let's tap nicely here. We'll go for the Sentinel first, and then the Solemn. They've got a kill spell, haven't they? But what do they want to kill? Oh, that's a real shame, because we didn't get the treasure from the Solemn. But we do get to draw. and get some mana. Yeah, so because removal is so good, what I'm about to say is really going to sting. It's going to really hurt people because it's just a part of Magic. One-on-one at least, in one-on-one format. Creature decks suck. Okay, that's just the way it is. That's also the case in Commander, because there's so much good removal. You can spend 3 mana on a 3/2 first strike Alesha, and your opponent goes 1 mana, kill it. And that is exactly why creature decks are so hard to do well these days. They've all got Death Touch as well, goodness me. Guess we'll block that and take 8. I mean, look at that creature deck. Crazy. Maybe I've just built this... maybe I've just not built this very well. That could be part of the problem. Okay, I think we get rid of the Nalia Darnis here, because that is really quite powerful. Mishra. Mishra's pretty cool as well. Or do we want to go for Mishra after we've got lots more creatures out? 5 toughness. He's got 5 toughness though. Yeah, so drain them for 1. Viconia, Night Singer's Disciple. Can exile card from a graveyard. Oh my god, that literally nerfs us. 5/5. Do we want to lose the Mishra? Target creature gains life. No, that's not going to end well because he can... Although saying that, what can this do if it specializes? I kind of want to block. No, I don't think that's going to end well. I just don't think that's going to end well. Man, that's an uncommon as well. Crazy. This is crazy. Down to 9. I mean, jeez. So we can't even attack very well. Guess we can go for Alesha. We want to chump as much as possible, don't we? Power 2 or less. Archivist. Draw a card. Mila. We can't even bloody cast it. With the Temple. Oh, that's a good card if we can survive a little bit longer. Okay, so we're basically going to have a lot of chumps here. But it might be okay just to keep us alive long enough for the Mythos. Luminarch Aspirant. I'm really scared. Gain 1 life. Well, as long as they're not draining us for life. How much are they going to alpha in here? Are they brave? 7 and 6. I think we just chomp this. Take 6. Go to 4. We might be okay, you know. Yeah, I'm just reading my Discord now. Just talking to some, well, people in Discord about what people think about the current meta, and everyone seems to agree. It's just in a kind of like a miserable state. Been talking to Gnome in there as well. Even he thinks that. Check out Gnome's channel if you haven't as well. He's got some really good historic Brawl videos. But yeah, even he's saying there's like fatigue. No one can make janky fun anymore. Yeah, it's a shame. So should we just alpha? Drain them for lots of... Yeah. Drain them for lots. And then just see how it goes. Leave up the Sentinel? Nah, let's just drain them. We're gonna wipe the field here. So we get back the Apparition. So what can this... Oh, this can exile something, can't it? Okay, fine. That's fine. I forgot how powerful this was, actually. Yeah, I even said it in the same breath. Well, not same breath, but earlier on. But yeah. So they're going to kill all of our stuff. Okay, so that exchange didn't look very good, did it? To be honest, but hopefully this can make up for it now. So basically gonna probably leave them with the Alabaster Mage. Or maybe the Luminarch Aspirant. As if that's so powerful. Yeah, we'll leave them with the Luminarch Aspirant. One artifact. And the creature we'll keep is the... Should we keep the Vampire? Then we can just recast the... Yeah. I think so, because we can recast the Alesha. Power 2 or less. Okay, so give the Alesha here, and the next time we can give the Mila. The first strike will be nice to try and defend. Damn, I still can't get over this Viconia card. I do apologise for not knowing all these cards. Obviously, there's just so many variants of these specialised cards. But yeah, it's just a weird game, man. It's a weird deck. So my final thoughts would be, I personally wouldn't craft this deck unless you're an absolute hardcore Mardu fan. It's sad to say. But yeah, Alesha just hasn't aged well. And I do think power creep is a massive issue. So just like some random statistics for you. I probably recorded about 30 games with Alesha today. Probably only won maybe 4 out of 30 games. Just think how low that is. It's not necessarily because she's a bad deck. It's because the algorithm puts you against really ridiculous matchups. And it just doesn't feel very fair when you're facing a Traxxer. Because when you face a Traxxer, you know, they just have so much advantage when they cast her over and over again, and there's nothing you can really do about it. So, yeah, this video is more of just a critique on the meta as a whole, but tell me what you guys think. I'd like to know a few things, actually. How often you feel like you go first? Is it quite low? Because I feel like I go first not very often at all. And how you feel about the current meta. And maybe what I could do to make it more entertaining for you all as a content creator. And yeah, cool. Until next time, bye.
Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.